Now we're going to come to the question and answer period of the program. We're going to discuss some of the salient events of 1967, and to counterbalance my views, which are desperately liberal and criminal at times, is one of the most controversial and charming men on television, Mr. William F. Buckley, Jr. I see you're carrying a pen with you. Is that significant of anything, Mr. Buckley?
How do you know it's not a mace?
A mace? You let me have a shot of gas right in the eye. Well, I think you...
Not unless you provoke me.
I'm not going to lay a finger on you. Let me start out in a wonderfully warm and general way. Since we want to discuss 1967, I'd like to get your opinion on the year in general. I mean, did you think for the United States it was a good year or a disaster year, or how would you rate it?
Oh, somewhere in between. A little closer to disaster than to good. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you say?
For me, personally, it was a terrible year. Yes. But for the country at large.
Even though you don't live in Detroit.
Yes, but my mother scribbled Soul Brother on the side of a synagogue. From there, I want to ask a question because there's somebody in the dock there or at the lectern.
Mr. Buckley, who would you like to see as the presidential nominee for 1968?
Oh, somebody who would beat Johnson.
That could be anybody, including the Boston Strangler. Lady, what's your question?
Mr. Buckley, do you think miniskirts are in good taste?
Do I think what?
Miniskirts are in good taste.
On you, I think they are. Good legs are in good taste.
Good legs. I never would have figured you for that kind. I figured it was straight politics, and that was it. You said.
Well, what would your reactions be to a conservative president?
A conservative president. My opinion has always been, not hostile, I would like to see you or another conservative be president for a year. And I think it would cure the United States of conservatism forever.
I think the probability is that you voted for Lyndon Johnson. I didn't. And it's interesting how many people are dissatisfied with the alternative to conservatism. You might know a bit of Evelyn Waugh said one time about Nancy Mitford that, she voted for the socialists after the war in England, and having done her best to make England uninhabitable, she went to France to live. You people complaining about Lyndon Johnson, the ones who voted for him, aren't you?
We are, but we were faced with a bleak, if not miserable, alternative.
Mr. Allen, in your terms, what does liberal mean?
Liberal? Oh. Well, you've got me on this. If a girl will neck with me, she's liberal. If Mr. Buckley will neck with me, he's very liberal.
Mr. Buckley, do you think Robert Kennedy will ever become president of the United States?
Well, if he can induce all the Kennedys to vote for him, yes.
Yes.
Mr. Buckley, do your wife and yourself go to discotheques?
Well, we went one time, but the music, I think that's what it was too loud. No, I can't. No, I can't. Can you?
No, I can. Mr. Buckley cannot do a dance that was invented after 1860. I see a dark-suited gentleman with a question.
Mr. Buckley, do you think Charles de Gaulle is getting senile?
I think he's probably been senile. I think he's exhibiting what Professor Whitfogel calls the megalomania of the aging despot, which he does very convincingly, don't you think?
Yes, I couldn't have put it better myself.
I'd like to direct my question to Mr. Allen, if I may. Mr. Allen, do you think that the Israelis should give back the land that they won from the Arabs?
Should the Israelis give back the land they won? No, I don't think so. I think that they should sell it back. Do you have a view of the Arab-Israeli situation, the entire Middle East situation?
Well, nothing too novel. I think eventually the Arab countries will get around to recognizing that Israel is going to be around for a while, and that when that happens, salubrious juices will...
From the Latin, salubrious, isn't it?
Nothing.
Nothing, yes.
Will happen.
And you think that eventually, in time, the situation is going to work itself out?
Yeah, it'll get tranquilized in time, I suspect.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you know, sometimes, curiously, wars do settle things. It's very unfashionable to suppose that they do. But the Israeli situation is an excellent example of where a war does situate Israeli claims in a more viable way. Mm-hmm. This was the third time around, this last contest. And Israel has accomplished something. So it is wrong, as I say, to suppose that wars never do accomplish anything. Sometimes, in fact, they do. It's a messy way to do it. But on the other hand, it is a way that it is a way that accomplishes certain things that some people want very much to accomplish. For instance, Israeli independence.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mr. Allen, do you know George Hamilton?
No, I don't actually know George Hamilton. I've seen him only in one picture, and I don't...
Why do you think he went to the wedding?
Why did he go to the wedding? I had heard a rumor that he was going to announce his engagement to Svetlana Stalin. Yes.
Mr. Buckley, I've heard that people have refused to be on your show. Can you tell us who they are and why?
Well, I wrote Mr. Allen 3 or 4 times. And he just never answered, but I've always assumed it was the Christmas mail.
I would certainly be willing to come on your show and debate major issues. I think I would like to stay away from anything meaningful, however.
Well, some people don't like to exchange opinions with people who disagree with them sharply because they get sort of used to not being disagreed with. And it's sort of an unpleasant sensation to come face to face with people who analyze situations differently. William Fulbright is an example, or Wayne Wallace.
These people have refused to come on your show?
Yeah. Bobby Kennedy.
Bobby Kennedy. Well, is it because you pay the minimum?
I never thought of that.
We've run out of time, unhappily, and we really do have to wrap it up. I really do want to thank you because it was really nice of you to take the time from your work and
I enjoyed
come over
seeing you.
and chat. It was a great pleasure for me, and I hope that you did enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.